How about them Cowboys? Angry Cowboys fan. Oh, born to battle. Hey, hey. Some just means we never sell. America's team through thick and thin. Hey, hey. When the sun shines bright, that's where we win. Angry Cowboys fan.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. And Cowboys Nation, I came across a TikTok video about Dak Prescott and how Dak Prescott can't get it done for our Dallas Cowboys. How Dak Prescott needs to be more like Sam Darnold and less like Patrick Mahomes. And it really got me thinking about some Cowboys fans' expectations on our quarterback position. On top of that, I happened to stumble across a pro football focused metric for quarterbacks and who was the quarterback with the highest passing grade in clutch situations in 2025. And it made me really want to get some things off my chest when it comes to some Cowboys fans' misconception of the quarterback position. So let's go ahead and dive right into that during this Raw and Uncut. Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, Raw and Uncut.
Keeping it real, man. Keep it real. That's real.
All right, Cowboys Nation. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Mike Tag from Cowboys Cave. I want to give him a shout out. Much love to what he's doing. Continue to do the great work over there. Continue to represent our Dallas Cowboys like you have been to the fullest. But the reason why I had to say this is because he had a co-host on one of his videos that gave his opinion on Dak Prescott. I stitched a video over on my TikTok account, but if you're not following me on TikTok, then you haven't seen it. So let me go ahead and let you take a listen to what was said about Dak Prescott. Then we're going to come back and talk about it. Let's go ahead and roll the clip.
Where are you with Dak Prescott? And I already saw in the chats earlier, big games, can't play in the big games. That's our problem. He can get you to the playoffs, but it's what happens in the playoffs. So where are you with Dak Prescott, and is he one of those guys that's going to hold us back?
Well, I am not the biggest Dak Prescott fan, never have been. It's the reason why I never got his jersey. But I think we could still win with him. Dak has to overcome some of his shortcomings in big moments, especially against in the playoffs, big moments against big teams. He's been found short multiple times. You and I have seen it painfully a couple times in person, but he does have the skill set, if used properly, where he can be effective. Dak has to be, I don't think Dak can be the main thing and for us to be successful. I think I've always said this, if you provide him with a strong run game, and you can play off and you can use him off play action, that can be top 5 quarterback in the league. But I need him to be more Sam Darnold than Patrick Mahomes. If he has to be our Patrick Mahomes, that's a recipe for disaster.
All right, Cowboys Nation. He said something about overcoming shortcomings in big moments, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Dak Prescott, there have been some times in the playoffs where he looks up at those bright lights and they get too bright for him. What was that saying on X? Open mouth Dak. When you see Dak on a game in the playoffs and he has his mouth wide open, we're usually down on the scoreboard. And that has some merit to it, Cowboys Nation. It really does. But I think it's being over-dramatized in Cowboys Nation. But first and foremost, I do want to say this. I'm not calling anybody out. I'm not creating any drama between content creators. I respect what they do. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. I have respect for anybody that gets on social media and makes content about the Dallas Cowboys. It can be a daunting task. It can be rough, and it can definitely be unforgiving. What I am trying to do is give my perspective on some things that I don't agree with. But the great thing is, we can be adults and agree to disagree. But I'm not trying to persuade people who don't rock with Dak Prescott to change their mind. But what I am trying to do is I'm trying to show some Cowboys fans that their expectations of the quarterback position are extremely skewed. That the level of responsibility that they place on the quarterback's shoulders will never win the Dallas Cowboys, or any team for that matter, a Super Bowl championship. And when the brother talked about Dak Prescott not being like Patrick Mahomes, and Dak Prescott needing a dominant run game and to be able to play off play action, have we taken a look to see what Patrick Mahomes needs in order to be successful? Does he need a dominant defense? Does he need a dominant defensive tackle to be able to put pressure and get the ball back to the offense? Does he need a great tight end? Does he need a great wide receiver? Does he need these things put in place for him in order for him to be successful? Because one thing that a lot of Cowboys fans do, they tend to tether the team's lack of success to one position, and that's the quarterback position. Whenever we are successful in regular season games and everything like that, everybody gets their dues. Everybody gets their props. But when it's time to lose, one person gets the blame, and that's Dak Prescott. And I'm going to keep it a stack, Cowboys Nation. The level of responsibility some Cowboys fans put on Dak Prescott was never placed on Troy Aikman's shoulders. Why? Because during those Super Bowl runs, Troy Aikman had everything he needed around him. Someone please just go back and take a look and see if they won those Super Bowls in spite of things in the early 90s. In spite of being weak at the defensive tackle and safety position. In spite of playing hybrid linebackers at the linebacker position. In spite of not being able to run the ball. In spite of not being able to stop the run. In spite of your ownership prioritizing promotion over football operations. It's funny to me that every other position on the field only has to worry about doing their specific job to the best of their ability. They're not tasked to put the entire side of the ball on their shoulders to make it to a Super Bowl championship. For example, when Micah Parsons was a Dallas Cowboy, not one fan expected him to lift the entire team's level of play in order to make it to a Super Bowl. If you look at the Dallas Cowboys today, Quinnen Williams is not tasked to lift the entire defensive play by himself. When it comes to Dak Prescott, he's expected to put the entire team on his shoulders and will the entire organization to a championship. I'm sorry, but that's just too much expectation put on one player. These same fans expect Dak Prescott to not listen to the coaching staff and call his own plays at the line of scrimmage. He's expected to use his legs more, even though he does use them to extend plays in numerous occasions. The Dallas Cowboys' success is predicated on Dak Prescott and not the entire team, and that's crazy work to me, Cowboys Nation. You don't just look at one player on the team and say that you are going to be the person that leads this entire organization to a championship. You don't do that. When people think this way, I often wonder if these people have even played a down of football or have been a part of any type of championship winning team in their lifetime, because the way they expect the Dallas Cowboys to win one, a team is not going to win a championship that way. And I've gone back and forth about Dak Prescott with the usual suspects. In that clip that I just showed you, the brother said that he needs Dak Prescott to be more like Sam Darnold and not like Patrick Mahomes. This means to me that he thinks Sam Darnold is a better quarterback and plays the quarterback position better than Dak Prescott. If anyone thinks this way, Cowboys Nation, I must say you fit the profile of being delusional. I bet you my bottom dollar if Dak Prescott hit the open market and he was a free agent and he wanted to go to Seattle, Seattle would kick Sam Darnold's ass right to the curb in a heartbeat for Dak Prescott. Then when I scroll on X, I came across the Pro Football Focus image of the top quarterbacks in 2025 with the best passing grade in clutch situations. Guess where your boy Dak Prescott ranked? Dak Prescott ranked number 1. Even with the Dallas Cowboys having a 7-9-1 record and missing the playoffs last year, your QB1 ranked number 1 in passing grade when it comes to clutch situations. Then when you tell the people to go look at the stats, they don't want to go look at the stats because they know that it puts a huge dent in their argument. They have to stick to the entire team's statistical metrics because it makes their argument stronger because the Dallas Cowboys haven't satisfied their appetite for a Super Bowl victory yet. So instead of placing the blame where it needs to be, they place it on one of the bright spots of the team instead of taking the time to figure out where the weak link is on the team. The Dallas Cowboys currently have a quarterback that ranks in the top 7 of the league doing his job almost every single year, but some Cowboys fans believe he's not good enough because of the overall team success in the playoffs. It blows my mind because when Dak Prescott eventually retires and the Dallas Cowboys land another quarterback that can't get you a Super Bowl, they're going to say the same thing about them as they did about Dak Prescott, and probably did about Tony Romo as well. So Dak Prescott needs to stop being like Patrick Mahomes. No, I think that some in the fan base need to stop comparing him to Patrick Mahomes because Patrick Mahomes knows he needs his team in order to win. He knows that he can't do it without his squad beside him. If Patrick Mahomes could go out there and win a Super Bowl all by himself, they would have been Super Bowl champions in 2025. In the harsh reality, those who know the game of football knows and understands what it takes to win the big game, and this Cowboys organization hasn't had all the pieces put in place for that to happen in decades. Screw it. Let's just take the easy way and go ahead and blame Dak Prescott for all of our woes, right? So when that time comes and Dak Prescott is no longer on the team, but we still can't win a Super Bowl championship, I hope these fans can actually take the time to figure out where the weak links are instead of trying to put it on one of the best players that we have on the damn team. And let me put an end to this whole empty calories crap. If your defense could hold up, your offense wouldn't continuously have to fight from behind to try and win games. I mean, even if your offense throws a couple interceptions during the game, it's the job of the defense to stop the other team from scoring, right? So if the defense can't stop anyone from scoring and the offense has to go shot for shot with the opposing team, how can that be empty calories? I mean, let's just take the New York Giants game where we went into overtime and we eventually win. So you're meaning to tell me that if we lost by 1, 2, or 3 points to the New York Giants in that overtime game, it would have been empty calories? I mean, let's keep it about Cowboys Nation. I don't think some people know what they're talking about when it comes to the empty calories or the garbage time narrative. They don't know the true definition of those terms, so they throw them around loosely. So if you see me ignoring those type of fans when they talk reckless about Dak Prescott and put all the team's woes on his shoulders alone, you know why. Some fans in the nation continuously look a gift horse in the mouth with all their expectations while also expecting others to do the exact same thing. And when we don't do the exact same thing and we have the back of our QB1, they get kind of angry. I'm not going to do that, Cowboys Nation. I'm not going to jinx my team. I'm not going to continuously just degrade our QB1. I'm going to continue to root on our Dallas Cowboys, and I'm going to continue to root on Dak Prescott, the offense, and the defense, as well as special teams, so we can potentially get to a Super Bowl. And if we don't make it to a Super Bowl under Dak Prescott, I'm not going to say that he sucks just because he didn't get something that I want. You know what I'm saying, Cowboys Nation? And then I had somebody on X talk about something when I actually I reposted that whole tweet from Pro Football Focus. He said statistical metrics didn't land us in the playoffs. It only landed us with a losing record. Us, Cowboys Nation. Us. It wasn't Dak Prescott's play that made us 7-9-1. The offense tried to do everything that they could possibly do last year. And I know one thing that people are going to do. Well, what about the San Francisco 49ers games? What about those games? Yes, absolutely. What about the Rams game? What about the Green Bay Packers game? Because believe me, even after the interceptions that Dak Prescott threw, you best believe that offense caught fire. But guess what? The defense couldn't stop the run. I mean, that was a narrative the entire season that season. Thing is, people are going to degrade Dak Prescott for anything. If the Dallas Cowboys fall short, it's going to fall short for Dak Prescott. I don't hear anybody else's name that could be an accomplice to why the Dallas Cowboys haven't made it to a Super Bowl. And sure, Dak Prescott has been the quarterback for the past 11 years. Also, we don't take into consideration that Tony Romo was the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys for 13 years before that? Why didn't we make it to a Super Bowl under him as well? That's a question that I need to ask those fans that do not like Dak Prescott. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. Cowboys Nation, how some treat our own quarterback rivals, how Philadelphia Eagles fans treat our quarterback. Some will sit there and ignore his individual stats while placing the entire team's stats on his shoulders just to degrade him. But what do you think? What do you think about our QB1? Does he suck? Or is he a good quarterback and could lead us to a potential Super Bowl? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comments section. If you're digging this content and you want to help get the word out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans, drop a like on this video, share it with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan, and if you're on your mobile device and you haven't used them up yet, make sure you hype this video. Doing so could help get the word out to Cowboys fans. They'll come over to the Angry Cowboys Fan YouTube channel and want to become Angry Cowboys fans themselves. And if you are DC for life and you believe in our QB1, you believe that he can get us to the promised land, but it's going to take the entire team to win. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release another video, podcast episode, or film breakdowns. If you're into Madden 26, College Football 27, or Mortal Kombat talk, check out my other YouTube channel, the Angry Gaming Fan YouTube channel. I'll make sure I put the link to that as well as the gamer tag in the description. And Cowboys Nation, I'm not making this video to put any content creator down. I'm not making this video to put any Cowboys fan down. And I damn sure ain't making this video to put the Cowboys down. But what I am trying to get you to realize is that it takes an entire team to win, and it takes an entire team to lose. And when the Dallas Cowboys lose, you can't just point at one person and say, you are the reason why we lost. You have to point to all the people that are involved. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. I'm going to get back to College Football 27. What do you think about that, Knicks? And I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys Fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.